and welcome back to the Oversharers podcast. My name is Colton.
And I'm Hada.
And today we have the wonderful sibling duo, the beautiful Hafsa and Yasmin.
Hey everyone!
I can't believe it!
I missed you guys. We've been saying we haven't seen Khalid and Hada in ages, so it's like the perfect timing.
I know. Should we tell them how our romance story began? Guys, we had the best time. We went away with a brand and we literally just like for 2 days straight, we just connected.
It was romantic.
It really was.
I think it's one of those like situations when you just meet someone and you just click instantly.
Yeah.
And that's how it was.
Our souls met. Our souls met in the place where souls meet.
No, I just remember like standing at the station. Me and Colton first came and we were like, oh my god, this is death for us.
Yeah, this
like,
is
we didn't know how
awful.
From 2 episodes ago, you guys know we can't network. It's very hard for us to talk to people. So we just stood there for a while like, oh my god.
Thinking, when I saw it, I was like, is it weird if I go up and hug them? And I was like, they're not really looking at me.
Do you know where we were stood and where you guys were stood was really awkward because you were like directly opposite, but there was a wide circle.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if we go over there, then it's going to just look like all the Somalis are gathering.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? So I thought, let's keep it separate.
Sock,
I'll speak to whoever's on my left, Holly, you speak to whoever's on your right.
I just remember speaking Somali to Colton and then someone else was Somali that I didn't know was Somali.
My heart sank because I was the whole time I was thinking like, hold on, what did we say to each other in the last 10 minutes? We were using our indoor voices.
Yeah, I felt hot after that. I couldn't focus. But then I could just see you guys very pretty from our peripherals.
Okay, then I'll pick it up from here.
Thank you, darling.
And then finally, we went on the coach to finally go to the spa. And on that coach, that 4-hour coach journey, was the best bonding experience.
Yes, we talked about our favourite colour.
Yeah.
Siblings we
We
had.
learned about all their icks.
It was just so fun, honestly. And I think it's the way you described it, Yas, when you were like, just our souls met. They met beforehand. And I love you guys. And I always wish the best for you.
Honestly, you guys are like one of our favourite creators. We look at the duo content and we're like, we could do that. If we get our shit together.
Oversharing Beauty started.
Yeah. Today I was scrolling my feed and I saw these 2 beautiful girls and I was like, what's their app?
What?
Oversharers Beauty? I need to.
So the question of the week was most romantic thing someone's done for you. We were really feeling soppy this week, weren't we? Usually we're quite toxic. Anyway, someone goes, swiping a wet chair that I went to sit on with his jacket. I didn't expect that.
That's quite nice.
Aww, that
Was
is
it
quite
raining?
sweet.
I didn't say. Someone goes, taking me to a bookstore.
Oh, I love that.
Especially if you're a book babe.
Right.
I appreciate that.
No, I really
I'm not
love
gonna lie,
that.
they said library exists.
If he bought her a book, then that's bonus points.
Literally.
Definitely.
If he just took her to the
Just wander that down
do you
the
know what I
aisle.
mean?
Yeah.
If he just took her to the store, then I could take myself to Waterstones.
let me show you this new bookstore that just opened up.
Right?
Guys, imagine it was WH Smith.
Waterstone was my vibe. There's really big and nice ones.
I was thinking an independent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
I
I
was
was
thinking that
thinking
too.
like the shop.
That's
But if he took her to Waterstones, that's a bit deep. I'm not gonna lie.
do you not like Waterstone?
No, I do like
It's
Waterstones,
such
but
a
if
big franchise. What's
when I think of bookshops, I'm thinking like you know these little
cute ones?
No, I don't.
really
think
hard to
they're
find. Have like books that are the first editions.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm talking about you, where
Yeah.
he used to work.
Guinevere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
what
the
I'm
The
thinking.
library.
I get that. Waterstones is still a vibe.
Okay, another person goes, doing the dishes for me. Okay, cute. A bare minimum, but okay. Sorry, I'm not going to be judging.
I can't speak.
Okay, someone goes, I was in the campus and I was going for supper and my sandal broke off and this guy switched shoes with me.
So he wore the broken sandal.
Yeah, that's actually quite cute, but like,
It's
I
like
don't
when
know how
you
it would work.
Yeah, the practicality aspect.
Guys, what is wrong with us?
No, but I think it's like when you're wearing heels and they're wearing trainers and then like they
It's
take
not
off their
gonna work.
shoes.
He might be
and then-
barefoot though.
Yeah.
He might wear socks.
He gave her his trainers
That's
and
cute.
said, "Let me take the sandals."
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
That's a thoughtful thing. Someone goes, when we're done studying, he packed away my stuff, tucked in my chair, and carried my bag. That's cute.
That is, we can appreciate that.
That's cute. Someone goes, I was a bridezilla, asleep, deprived, so he booked me a surprise fancy massage while I was stressed out, and he even took me on holiday.
Aww.
That's nice.
I love that.
That's really lovely.
Yeah.
Someone goes, my hubby decorated our basement with balloons and hearts for our anniversary.
Oh, that's
cute.
nice.
Right now,
Really thoughtful.
let's go.
Damn. Holly, do you want to go first?
Somali people don't do romance.
Most romantic thing. Right, when I was in secondary school.
Oh, you're actually doing it?
Yeah, I think it was like my first year of sixth form. Now, this guy was in the year above me. I wasn't looking at him like that, although I did think, wow, at the time. But I never thought it was reciprocated. Valentine's Day comes around.
Cute.
Right? So then what people used to do was they'd buy Valentine's lollipops for certain individuals.
Right.
Now, I get a Valentine's lollipop with a little message on it. And I'm like,
What does the message say?
something about how great my smile was. Bear in mind, my braces I just had my braces removed.
Yes, it's giving 13 going on 30.
Yeah, I just had my braces removed. So I was like, oh my God, like, wow. Then I figured out who it was, and he was in my history class, but he was like retaking the year. He used to like smile a lot at me, but I never, like, I had low self-esteem. Anyway, it turns out he was the one that sent the lollipop, but I found out later on that he'd sent 4 other lollipops as well.
Oh, he was
He was a
spreading
player
the
on
eggs.
field.
He was getting his options.
There was-
That's actually quite smart for me. I'm not gonna lie.
The Valentine's Day lollipops
The
gate.
girls with nice smiles
But
like
it
that.
was really cute.
It was cute. At the time, it was the most romantic thing that had happened to me when I was
Cute.
17.
Someone gave me a ring once in primary school.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
They probably stole it from their mum.
I know what, I think he found it on the floor, I'll be honest.
He was like, "And for you?"
And then at lunchtime he asked me for it back. I was like, okay.
Was he giving it to someone else?
I don't know.
Has any of you
no.
ever received a letter? Like
I
a,
think a letter's cute.
I think that's cute.
No.
No?
Maybe emails. I think I've received emails.
Like cute emails.
From my husband, yeah. Sorry, I just had to clarify.
I'm
getting hot. I'm getting hot. Okay, moving on swiftly, guys. I want to talk about divorces. It's the title of divorces. Everyone's getting a divorce.
Joe Jonas, Sophie Turner.
Who else? Wolverine.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Hugh
didn't know that.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman's getting a divorce. There's someone else I wrote down.
Is Aaron Taylor Johnson getting divorced?
No, he's not getting
He's
divorced.
never
He's
leaving
with
that
his
lady,
grandma.
okay.
Wallahi, what?
Guys, everyone on Twitter is always like, free him, and I'm just
No,
like,
it's true though. He
mad.
needs to be freed.
freed.
Wallahi, he's so beautiful on Barrack.
Like, do you think she's done sihr on him?
Oh, is it the big age gap?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm
but it's a
getting
mad
there. I'm
age
getting
gap.
there. Yeah.
It's
I'm not
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I first watched him in Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging. Do you guys remember that?
Snogging.
Perfect Snogging. But the book's called Full Frontal Throttle Snogging.
yeah.
Anyway, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. And I thought he was so lame, but he grew up. Like, he really
he
grew
glowed.
into his looks, didn't he?
Glad.
And I found out he
No.
Do you
married.
know what I don't like though, guys? The
Oh.
full basis of why people don't want them together is purely because he's handsome.
Yeah,
That's the only
yeah.
reason.
Just
Like,
free him.
We don't know anything
Yeah.
about this woman, her personality, what she does for him, like, you know,
mean,
how she
she's
makes him
clearly-
feel, the things that she's taught him, perhaps the money she's given him. We don't know.
Free him.
Yeah.
Oh, and then another couple that broke up was Jeezy and Jenny Mai.
I saw that the other day.
So I'm just saying.
That one was really weird though. Didn't she like divorce someone who was very secure because she didn't want to have babies, only to then go into marriage and end up having babies?
I feel the whole situation is really sad. And people are gloating about it.
I feel bad for her, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I think it's worse when you have a show and you talk about your whole like private life and stuff like that, and your whole timeline is suddenly, oh my god, this is what you said then, and look at you now, kind of thing. Yeah,
I
we don't
know.
know their relationship.
And last week she was like speaking really positively about him,
Yeah.
promoting his book.
It
Just
can, all,
saying.
it can all end in tears very
Men are
quickly.
just trifling. Trifling.
Wait,
Don't
what,
come
so
for
do
me.
we know what Jeezy did?
No, no one knows what he did.
Okay, so
So we're basically speculating. Anyway, guys, growing up sisters, what's it been like? Who starts the fights?
It's been a journey,
It honestly has. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
pretty much.
what's the age gap between the two of you?
So Yasmin's 4 years younger than me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would not think that.
Would you think we're closer in age or further apart?
I think you guys are close. I thought we're like a year apart.
Yeah, like 2 years max.
Yeah.
Do you know when people respond to that? I'm like, I don't really know how to take this. I will try and take it as a compliment.
No, she's a really
No,
big
it's a
boy,
compliment for you both. I wasn't digging, don't worry. I'm not coming for you.
No, especially because I feel like, because me and Hafsa do pretty much the same thing. We go to a lot of events together and stuff. And because of the age gap, sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't have been able to tell. Like you guys look like twins. I'm like, okay, thank you.
I can see where that's going.
Yeah. But
Jasmine's pissed because that means she's 4 years old.
It literally happened yesterday.
Wait, how old are you, Hafsa?
I'm 27.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
I can see why you don't.
Now you get it. But no, genuinely, I feel like especially growing up, I think it's pretty much, I was going to say, like, when you have siblings, like, you know, especially in your teen years, younger years, it's like trying to gauge who you are as yourself before you can, like, go into it.
Yeah.
So, when I was younger, me and Hafsa didn't get along as well as we do now.
No, I cannot see.
Way.
Hafsa was Hafsa and I was Yasmin.
What does that mean? Therapy session.
I was just a girl living my life, enjoying myself.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a very good storyteller in the building.
That's not true. Who's the storyteller? You?
So
Okay, if we're talking about
the girls are
storytelling,
fighting.
the girls are
The girls are
I would
fighting.
just say one thing. If we're talking about storytelling, I feel like Hafsa provided the entertainment for all the siblings.
Okay.
Main
character.
Main
Personally,
character, okay.
I thought it was based on true life, like, but apparently it was fiction. But you can
So do
develop
you
more.
want- Okay, so this is way back.
Is Hafsa the
history.
oldest?
No, I'm the second oldest.
Second
Okay.
oldest, yeah.
So this is not our relationship based, but this is just in general background on me. When I was a kid, I used to love imagining things, and so I feel like Yasmin still finds it funny that when I was younger, I convinced her somehow that was a Power Ranger and I used to fly out the window
Girls,
in the middle of the night, and she was really gullible.
can I say what you something, girls?
Yeah.
Let's delve deeper into this. The Power Ranger.
unpack this.
Let's unpack this. The Power Ranger story was basically like every night, like Hafsa used to visit Power Rangers and things used to happen. So every morning, Hafsa would gather all the siblings in a circle and be like, "Guys, I tried to wake you up. Guess what happened tonight?" And every night for like a year or something, like, this is what happened. You guys were not waking up.
I
And
said
then there was
I
some
told
morning.
them that I was being communicated to from the headquarters by a little mic in my ear that they couldn't see, like a microchip, and they believe this. They ate it up like for breakfast, literally.
This house sounds like fun.
You
guys are so
We
lit.
had so much fun.
So
in
all the
school.
little ones were just like thinking Hafsa
Yeah, I
is
was
on
like,
some
Hafsa
next
was
dimension.
so cool, genuinely. But I guess, like, especially when we were younger, we didn't really like watch TV, go on the computer. So our entertainment was like speaking
Stories.
to each
Yeah.
other, stories, reading books.
Oh, that's cute.
So
you
when
guys
did,
grow
when
up
did you
here?
realise that this is all bullshit?
I think once you just stop
I
telling
think
the
I
stories.
confessed. I think I did.
Oh, I don't even
Yeah.
remember. It was clearly traumatic.
Was it heartbreaking when you
Why do
realised
keep
she's
bringing
no
up this
longer
Power Ranger
proud?
story? Like, it's not real.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were
I
heartbreaking.
wish we did stuff like that.
No, we were just
How was
dumb.
it growing up with you two?
We were just dumb.
We were just. Do you know what we used to play?
We used to play out a lot.
We used to play out a lot. We used to play football, bulldog. Do you remember bulldog? We used to play
Stuck
like
in the mud.
stuck in
Oh, I
the
love
mud,
that.
tag. Like we used to play with all the little kids that lived in the area,
neighborhood. Yeah.
and it was. I
just
thought it was
fun.
really fun.
And then we used to go to this place called the Pit once,
Yeah.
and then I went there. The first time I went there, I had a fight with someone. I came
So
back.
the pit is like where all the neighborhood kids like congregate. So
It's
there's
like the
like a-
estate.
and it's really scary. So there's like a football pitch, and then behind the football pitch there's like a tire swing, and then there's a bench. So all the like men used to sit where the benches are, and sometimes there'd be people from like other towns that would come to our pit. So you can imagine like
How frightening it would be.
Yeah.
It was very.
terrifying. So anyway, Harder goes for the first time, and I'll let you take the reins.
So I go to the Pit for the first time. There's this girl at my primary school that's at the Pit. Okay.
Okay.
So then, like, she's really mean to me, and then we just start fighting. so then all I hear, I don't know if it was Coltorn or someone was behind me, but someone was like to me, "Scat," and you're like, "Go protect yourself," yeah. So then I'm like going for this girl. We're like fighting properly. Anyway, I feel like I won.
She
Yeah,
had
she
she,
did
she had loads of scratches on her
But
face.
I
remember.
had a massive scratch like on my face here.
That's
So I went home. I had to hide the scratch from my mum. So like while I'm walking, I had to like do this and just be incognito. And then she saw the scratch and she was like, "What is going on?" Anyway,
But the pit was the sort of place like
it's like you had to
fight.
You had to fight.
What is this like?
It was like
Dungeons
a
and
jungle.
Dragons?
No, but you had to. There was too many
Divergent.
people.
No, if you can't be a wuss.
Fend for yourself.
You got it's a jungle.
Oh my
You just had
God.
to As in
We was
movie.
out in the wild.
No, it was horrible.
yeah.
So then what used to happen was my dad used to ban me from going outside because he knew that we'd be going to the pit. And also he used to start taking us out on other excursions, i.e. the park, and go and ride our bikes. You know what I mean? He just used to try and busy us because he realised that this area is not very safe for my kids.
Exhibit A, the big scratch on my face.
But that's what the pit did.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That was our initiation
Oh my god.
to living in our area.
Oh, where did you grow up?
It was the hood. It's really not the hood, but it's the hood. Okay.
But it was like, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It
But I
really
mean,
wasn't.
down the line, the area got really bad. I'm not gonna lie. But and the girl that I had a fight with in that primary school, I had a fight with like 2 years later. Again in the same primary school.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It was like unresolved
It was
issues.
very. I don't know. I was like,
She wanted to get revenge on you.
No, but I feel like growing up, you have to like
Fend for
have
yourself.
experiences. Like that's where
Yeah.
character comes from. Like,
1000%.
But for the record, we are not fighters. Like, we really
no,
are.
I love my face. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, like, we don't do that's icky.
So back to you guys. So let's say Power Ranger stories stopped.
Yeah,
Did you guys like grow up in this country?
Yes. So I came here when I was 2 months. So I feel like
You
pretty
baby.
much- Yeah, baby.
You're basically born here.
Yeah, Hafsa. I don't know how old you are.
I came when I was 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys basically grew up here.
Yeah, majority of our memories. I can't say when I was 2 months what I remember from back home. So,
2 months. Yeah.
but yeah, I pretty much grew up here, lived like in the same kind of area. But it was really nice because I guess, especially growing up in London, like it's very diverse. Like a lot of girls look like you, and I feel like that really helped with like personally my development and like getting to know who I am and
Yeah. And like you guys mentioned earlier, like you guys didn't watch TV a lot.
No, we didn't.
Is that just how like your parents raised you?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. So my mum would so when you guys were at the pit, we was at home reading books. I'm telling stories.
she was in the middle of a Power Ranger story while she was getting this guy.
While they were fighting for their lives.
For our
we were
lives.
reading
I was
other people's
literally-
lives. So
That's cute.
yeah, it
No,
was
I
cute.
love
But at
that.
the time, we didn't enjoy it. Not gonna lie.
No.
Really?
I think the books was a big escape for us. Like we were big bookworms.
My dad, Ilana Haristo, he was the one that actually got me into reading, and he used to take me to the library. And I actually used to record like cassette tapes for him to read on his commute. Like, because he used to like my voice. But yeah, I think I really enjoyed reading when I was a kid, and it was like my way of getting in some sort of like other people's lives, like the way that you guys would go to the pit.
No, can I just say we used to go to the library as well.
Okay.
No, guys, like I don't want my whole young adult life to be based on the pit. We went to the library. We read books too, but it was more forced
you know when
so
it's
that we
like-
wouldn't go to the pit.
You know those like who in your contacts would you call if you ever was getting into a fight?
Don't even have
You know what? I would back you. So back to you, Hafsa. Shade, throwing shade. I'm joking, no. But anyway.
the cassette reading, the books and all that, has that like been more of a thing for you now, or is it still?
That's a really good question. Yasmin's far better at reading than me at this point, because I don't know what happened in the past 2 years. Like my attention span has not been great at all. Probably my ADHD friends try to diagnose me, so that's when you know.
It's okay. Everyone on TikTok has the ADHD. But what I was going to ask you quickly is, do you ever listen back to those cassettes I used to do for your dad?
I wish I had them.
Where are they?
Obviously, my dad would have taken them on his trips away.
Oh, and probably given them to
Yeah.
other
So I
relatives.
wish, but
Oh, that would have been really nice. Just quickly, did your dad go back to Somalia? Because they normally keep lots of stuff, their hoarders over there.
no, Lahan Harista, he actually passed away when he was on Umrah in Saudi.
Syria.
And so he had like all of his stuff there as well.
Oh, that is such
so-
an amazing way to
Yeah.
pass away there.
Yeah.
Lana
Lahan
Harista.
Harista.
That's the first I've heard. Although I've seen stories online, but I mean like just in proximity. That's crazy.
Yeah, we talk a lot about our daddy traumas, so we're not going to bring you guys down, don't worry.
It's okay, it happens. It's life. It's part of life. It's part of the journey.
Every day, you know, it's so funny. You know, when we meet people, guys, this is dark humour, don't judge me. But you know, when we meet people that their fathers have passed away, we always connect with them because we're like, yeah, we have daddy issues too.
It's like a
Our
club.
fathers died quite young. It's a club. I know, Bailan Harista.
Alana Harista.
When did you guys get into beauty? Like, let's fast forward We had gullible Yasmin.
Yeah.
And then you grew up.
I grew up. But it's so funny. It's a funny story because when I first put on foundation, so basically growing up, I always used to see my mum on the vanity table putting on her makeup, and I was also always like so fascinated by it. So I used to like, you know, sit next to her, like see what she was putting on, and then afterwards, where does she put it? You know,
Where did it go?
Where did search for it?
When she's done with it, where does she put it? So I remember the first time I wore foundation, it was actually pressed powder. And it was like the finishing touch powder.
Yeah,
I wore that to school in year 5.
Whoa, year 5.
Year 5.
Whoa.
And it's for
I
like
love
picture
that.
day or something like that.
Aww.
And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I've always just been fascinated by it. But I think especially with being so young and being interested in it so early on, it was very like, why is she interested in it? Especially because I feel like my older sisters weren't as interested in it as well. But yeah, I think it's always been something that I was like, oh, that's
my thing.
interesting.
Look at
It
you
was like a
now.
little self-care moment. And yeah, I feel like it just went from there. Year 7, I was like, let's not do the pressed powder. Let's do a bit of mascara, a little bit of lip gloss.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It just went from there.
just went from there.
So do you guys like work together now? What's the dealio?
So as of this year, I recently quit my job. So
We love job quitters.
thank you.
I'm
honey.
It's
so
our
happy
dream.
for you.
Love it. We love that for
Thank
you.
I
you.
love him about it.
Thank you.
I love
mean,
that. May Allah
I
bless
mean,
you and give you lots and lots of everything that you deserve in this world and the hereafter.
Ameen,
I mean.
I mean, you guys are so sweet, and I can't
And
wait
we-
until you join
like,
the club.
honestly,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
fucking love
wait.
you. Like,
Yeah.
you don't understand. Like, I'm your fan. Just know me, okay?
I can't wait.
Touch me now.
Inshallah. But yeah, so you recently quit the job.
Yes, and before that I was doing fashion marketing. I really enjoyed it actually, but it got to a point where it was just a bit too overwhelming with everything else that was going on. So I quit, and since then I've just been doing content creation, and it's been so much fun. Sometimes get to work with Yasmin on campaigns. It's amazing.
Love that.
But yeah, I've just been
Oh my God,
enjoying
how
it.
did you get the
I've been doing
courage to do it?
it. You know what? It's been Yasmin. All Yasmin, honestly. She's been in my ear. I'm
in
like-
our
She's
ear.
like,
as
girl,
well.
quit. She's like, girl, just quit.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what happens? Sometimes we go through phases where I have to like, you know, like gas Yasmin up,
Like
and then
gas
she has to gas me up. Like, do you know
Yeah.
what happens? Like
We
sometimes
go
you
through
just
that as well.
you flux in
Yeah.
confidence. Then when Yasmin's going through it, I'm like, Yasmin, push through, you got this. And then vice versa. And so it's always nice to have someone in your corner backing you and telling you, you know, like
Yeah.
this is what could possibly happen for you if you want to.
No.
Isn't it just nice having like a girl in your corner, like a
So
woman?
nice. Alhamdulillah.
Honestly,
Also, I feel like in the day and age where we're at in like social media, like me growing up, I used to watch Chinute, all them lot, but like it was watching YouTube, I felt like I wasn't, I don't know, like it's not the same as TikTok. Like TikTok makes you feel like you're my best friend and I want to wear what you're wearing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like with YouTube, I don't know, like I've kind of detached from the idea that, I don't know, it's just not the same vibe for me. So like for me, seeing you guys rise and like being this great and like doing like really big campaigns, it's really good. Like it's
Can
not
I
just for
tell
us as
something?
content creators.
No.
We had such an amazing, proud mum moment when you walked into your event. Can we talk about that for a second? Your live show, when you walked in, we saw so many girls there, literally all there to
Yeah.
support you. We were literally like, I was like, this podcast that has been in my ear for like the past year.
oh my god.
But I've been kicking at home by myself. There's several other girls,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
hundreds of other girls.
Amazing.
I know.
Who were doing
When
that.
we arrived for like makeup and
We were
like
like,
to get dressed, there was no one there.
And we're like,
And then we were like, no one's coming.
Honestly.
And then we took a peek outside and we were like,
No.
I saw so many.
I think
I saw so many of my mutuals there as well, and I was just like, I love that we both can bond over this.
I think we came like 5 minutes after like the official starting time. There was literally like no seats. So I was like, I love
Good,
this.
it's good that you got the reserved.
I know.
Perfect.
oh, I love
No,
that.
I love that. Honestly, do you know what it is for us? Like we have serious imposter syndrome. We don't know. We don't understand our reach. We don't understand like we don't know who's listening to us.
Literally.
I
So
get
like
that.
yeah. So when
Yeah.
people come up to us, we're like, what you do? Like me and Holly are just in this studio. We're
Yeah.
talking on
Yeah,
a
we don't really
microphone.
know
Like
what's
we don't know where this is being transmitted or where
Yeah.
this is being picked up. So it's like. We're scared. Like we met a girl, bless her, in Westfield the other day. She was so sweet. She was just really sweet to us.
Yeah.
The reaction that she had when she saw us was like, and we were like,
I thought Colton did something to her.
She knew you from the pit.
Hafsa, you're not letting this go. Why did we tell her the story?
We're just talking to her. She's like, I love your podcast. And we're like, bloody hell.
But honestly, I love when people come up to me. Like, some people come up to me in my school run sometimes, and I'm like, hi.
Wow, you're the coolest one ever.
I'm like, hi. I'm literally, I stink.
While suffering.
I just want to go home and sleep.
Hi,
Thank
while suffering. And then your eyes twitching.
I'm half asleep right now, but
Hi. Guys, have you had those moments when you're literally just looking so bummy, no makeup,
the time.
looking so fad,
That's
and
when
then somebody
you see everyone.
sees you and recognizes you and comes up to you, and in your head you're like, you had 3 chances to not do that.
yeah.
In your mind you're like, why did you recognize me?
If I've just stopped behind a van for like 2 minutes waiting for you to walk past.
What? Guys, you know the character Superman?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah.
I believe I'm him. Like, do you know when he
Oh, okay, I didn't get it. So sorry.
And so when people recognize me out and about,
So she don't.
I'm like, how do you recognize me? What's going on?
It's your
yeah.
beautiful.
You're Clark Kent.
Gorgeous.
And it's your glasses as well.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I can
glasses.
recognize you from a mile off.
I'm going to get quirky glasses.
Right, okay, guys, we're gonna do a quick scenario.
Okay.
She goes, I stalked my husband for 2 years before I formally met him. I, 24, married my husband, 28 male, about 1.5 years ago. So the first time I saw my husband, I was a freshman year in high school and he was a freshman year in college. So he was walking his dog at the park, and when he stopped to talk to my brother, because they happened to go to the same high school together, that was the moment I became hooked. The same day, I found his Instagram, his family's social media, and also where he lived, since my brother offered to walk him home while I tagged along. When I got home that day, I knew I wanted him. But of course, I was only 14 and he was 18, so I came up with a plan. Oh my God, 14?
14.
I was getting my nose pierced and she was talking to this man. So she goes, I found out his younger brother was only 1 year younger than me and would be attending my current high school. I figured that I had to befriend his younger brother by any means possible next year when he moves up as freshman year. While I became a sophomore, and I did, it took around halfway of my junior year where he became best friends and he invited me over regularly to his house to hang out. This is where I was able to befriend my current husband's mum. And God, did she love to talk about him.
Oh my God.
From here, she goes, I found out what college he goes to, his past girlfriends, what his elementary middle school was like, his favourite and least favourite foods, his pet peeves, what he likes, etc. Oh my God, imagine asking all those questions.
Imagine getting all that tea.
Literally. Oh my God. She goes, eventually, when my visits started getting more frequent, I formally met my current husband again. Current husband, I'll call him E, would come over each other week and say, let's say Friday and Sunday, or a Saturday to a Sunday. So on those days specifically, I would wear my cutest outfits to impress him. And also joke around with him a lot. Eventually, I befriended him as well. A little background on E. He is the school record holder for a certain sport at my school, which I just happened to do.
Happened to do. I don't believe it, babe.
And she goes, and around halfway through my senior year, E came back during the season to help coach the current high school athletes, which included me. In order to get some more volunteer work hours in, I got to spend a lot more time with him.
Oh, isn't that great?
I love this for her.
Not like she planned or anything.
Yeah, right? It wasn't strategic planning.
She goes, I loved every second of it. We were friends before, and then we became much closer since I got to spend lots of extra time with him after school, where sometimes he would even drive me home since we lived relatively close. This girl is fast.
Oh my God.
Fast forward to when I had to move away to NYC college. E moved with me since he coincidentally got a job near my college.
Coincidence.
She goes, edit, I lied. It wasn't
A coincidence.
it wasn't a coincidence. I found out he got a job offer and applied to the college nearby his
God. She was like, I can finally tell the truth. Let me
She goes,
This is too much.
this is crazy, but I love it. Okay, this is crazy. She goes, being each other's only friends in new state, we became incredibly close. We started dating when I was almost a sophomore year of college. He proposed to me after I graduated. We just got married almost a year ago, and he knows absolutely nothing about how I truly know him, and believes it is fate that brought us together through his younger brother. Lately, I've been debating on whether or not I should tell him, or at least his younger brother, the truth, since since the only reason I befriended him was to get closer to you. I feel guilty every time he tells others our love story because the truth is I've known him for 10 years while he's only known me for 7.
That is so scary.
That is actually crazy.
Oh my God.
Really though, is it?
Yes. Can I just
Isn't
say?
it weird?
Hold on, I know
Yeah.
you did not meet your husband like that, please.
Yeah. Oh.
I know.
So we
think.
I know. So we think, guys.
Can I just say, I feel like this whole scenario stemmed from like her being infatuated by him, and I feel like she's still in that
And
phase.
she planned her whole life around him.
Exactly.
It's like
And-
when me and Hawthor used to see the boys playing in the pit. Like when you're young, you develop crushes very easily.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
had a new crush every week.
I get that.
From the boys in the pit.
And can I just say, her whole life trajectory is based on like what he likes. So I feel like she's gonna have like a midlife crisis at 30 when she realizes, okay, this guy is just actually a normal guy,
And I don't even know who I am
I don't know
anymore.
exactly.
And do I want these things? Did I want this degree?
Yeah.
Did I want to move
Oh,
And
on?
her
she,
life
and
could
she
be amazing.
absolutely cannot confess to this.
No, she
'Cause
can't.
Imagine marrying someone and they tell you, actually, you know, I've
A
known
whole-
you for twice as long as you've known me,
Mm.
and ever since I saw you in that park
I
in the
basically
pit,
stalked
that-
you.
I'd
They
be
might
like,
find that romantic, Yasmin.
oh no, it makes my
You know
skin
what
crawl.
song this reminds me of? Taylor Swift, Mastermind. You should all listen to it. It's literally, she basically, in that song, Mastermind, she planned every single detail to get to like the guy that she likes, and this is what this reminds me of.
But does it not feel so disingenuine though? Like
It feels fake. I
it's
don't
so-
like this at all.
I don't like it. It's manufacturing this fake
It's-
like
and I'm not-
scenario.
Yeah, it's definitely manufactured. She made sure that she was in the right place at the right time in this man's life
Yeah.
at every single point.
She manipulated his emotions.
I
and
love
feels.
this so much.
I don't like it.
No, that's true. I think she did. I wouldn't say she manipulated. I think she manipulated him at the beginning, but his feelings are real for her. I think her feelings are questionable.
Is his feelings based on, wow, you know me so well?
No, she manipulated him in the sense that everything was orchestrated. These feelings came from the fact that she manipulated the entire
She
situation.
was always a
3 years she was plotting.
Is that a bad thing?
And
Yeah.
I think what's even worse,
Am I
I
giving
think so.
toxic?
a little.
Hold on, what would you
Can
do
I-
if your
wait,
man?
can I just say-
Sorry, can I just interrupt for 1 second, babe? What would you do if your? We need to get to the crux of the problem. Like, what's going on? So if your man, right,
hot
just
seat.
suddenly confessed to you, and he said, "Hold on, you know, when we met, I actually was following you on Instagram 4 years prior, and I was seeing everything that you liked. You know." on my
Okay, when you say it
burner
like
then
that,
hold
it
on,
does
say-
sound
You know.
stalkery. Okay, it does. But like, there's first of all, I don't think she should tell him ever. This is a secret that you die, and she should
Yeah.
delete this post.
Yes.
because it's gone viral now.
Yes. Before he sees the notice.
The second thing I would say is true. I feel like her personal identity might be a bit warped
Compromise.
with this man. Like her obsession's a bit, you know. But that does not mean that she won't live a good life.
We don't know.
She won't. That doesn't mean
What
that
happens-
she
what
won't
happens
have
if
good
this
love.
man,
I'm
like-
saying the reason why she actually put this question in is because
she's
she feels
guilty.
guilty.
So
Feels
she,
really guilty.
and that's gonna eat her up for a long
Do you know
time.
why she feels guilty? Because of whole reasoning. I feel like especially with her husband's brother, the whole reason why
Yeah,
she
that's
befriended
horrible.
him
She said, "I'm
is
not
to
even
get
his
with
friend."
Yeah, I'm
like
not his
imagine
friend.
a friend telling you that. I feel like
Did she say I'm not his friend?
She didn't say that, but in
Yeah,
other
she was
words.
the only
Oh,
reason.
that I started the relationship, so
Yeah.
they could still be friends now.
They're not real friends.
You never know.
She became his friend to get to the brother.
Yeah.
No, I
Simple
get
as
that, but maybe her intention to start the relationship was bad and manipulated and screwed, and she's psycho. But that doesn't deter what the relationship with the friend could be now. Is she saying that she doesn't want him? Like she just
no, she's saying
doesn't
should I
contact him?
confess to him too?
I just think this relationship started in a really icky way.
Exactly.
And I don't know, like, I don't know how, I feel like she's going to continue to feel guilty every time she sees the friend, she sees the man.
She's done.
And when he's
shall I tell
saying
you?
like this is how we met, and she's like, no, actually,
it's not.
She's dumb. She should have confessed beforehand.
Yeah.
And like made a joke out
Maybe
of
a
it.
year in, just be like, oh, do you know, I actually saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how would you
like-
feel if I knew you for more than you?
She shouldn't have
like,
carried
It
on.
feels more like
so she can gauge how he'd actually take it, and then she can confess, like soft confess.
The job situation.
Yeah,
The
that
moving
job
from
one,
the job to
that
NYC,
is
that's
scary.
mad. I'm
That's
not
actually
gonna lie.
scary.
Guys,
It's
she-
given the guy from You.
Yeah.
She literally Googled LinkedIn, where is this man working?
I have a
What's the nearest
question.
college?
100%. I have a question. Since that was like her 10 years ago. What if like he just wakes up one day and it's like, I don't want to be with you anymore?
That's what I was
like,
thinking.
how much is
she's
that
gonna
going
take
to
it.
affect her?
And look what she did to get that relationship. She did so
She's
much.
she's not going easy. You know?
She was a little poodle jumping through all these little hoops.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched this show on Prime called Wilderness?
No.
Oh,
I
it's
think I've
really
heard
good.
about
You
it,
lot should
though.
watch it.
Okay.
But yeah, if you
Imagine
I
he
can't
turns around and
reference
says to her, I don't love you anymore.
Yeah. She's not.
She
she's
won't be able to deal with it.
she's
you
gonna
know.
go hard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
She won't be able to
I'm worried that the
withstand
man might
Yeah.
unalive. You know, she's moving crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if they
Scary.
just met organically through friends, yeah, at least then you can just say, oh, you know, this is a very normal start to a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the 3 years that she, like, yeah, she had a motive.
She was sitting in a dark room.
Right?
Didn't the mum find it
Googling his
weird,
name.
though? Didn't the mum
It
find it
sounds
weird
like-
just asking all those
It
questions
sounds like
at
mum
14?
just really talks about her son because she's so proud of him. And she was just with a notepad and pen.
Yeah, she was probably just boasting about him. And then she probably just, and you know, sometimes when you start asking questions, follow-up questions, you start divulging more.
Yeah.
So it could have been a, you know.
Right. If he leaves her, it's going to be crazy. Right, anyway, I've got an update, guys.
Oh, okay.
She goes, July 6th, 2023, so only recently. She goes, I told him this 4th of July, after the fireworks mostly ended, and we were heading back, I asked him in the car, wouldn't it be weird if we met each other before the first time we actually met?
Soft confession.
Wait, pause. Have you read this bit?
No, I'm
Do you
scared.
know this bit? Okay, cool. She goes, but we just didn't think of each other as significant at the time. He smiled and turned to me and says, that's impossible. There's no universe where we would have met and I would not think of you as significant. Cute. And she goes, that statement struck me in my heart because I knew I would soon prove that sentence very wrong. But I continued on with my plan anyway. What if I told you we met each other before? Before that time, I was introduced as E's little brother's friend. He looked at me like I was crazy. So that's when I pulled over on the side of the road and pulled out my phone to show him the post I put up here before.
Oh
that
my God,
explained
no.
everything.
Wait, what?
She showed him the Reddit that I just read
Did
out
you-
to you.
Can I just say that Reddit post was the worst post in the world,
terrible.
especially
It made it
saying-
even worse.
Yeah.
She should have shown her the post. She should have just explained it.
I know, especially since she said I befriended your brother just because
And
I
now
wanted
I'm
to get
telling the
closer
whole
to
world
you.
about it.
Listen,
Yeah.
it hasn't finished. There's more.
I can't cope.
She's basically telling him, I effed with your free will.
I love this woman. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. God fix me, please. So she goes, he took about 8 minutes to read the whole thing. And when he finished, he put the phone down and stared straight ahead. Almost like he was dumbfounded, scared and confused all at the same time. I started throwing out every excuse and apology I could muster at that moment for 15 minutes straight. And when he decided to tell me to stop, and I did, he stared down at me and he slapped me in the face.
This did not happen! This did not happen!
I would 100% believed it, and I was like, valid.
You guys relax, okay?
Just tell the story.
I started throwing out every excuse and apology I could muster at that moment for 15 minutes straight. When he decided to tell me to stop, and I did, then he just sat there and sobbed uncontrollably for 10 minutes before he finally asked me how much of our relationship and how much of my identity was fabricated according to his liking. I told him the honest truth. None of my personality or identity was fabricated for him, except for the fact of how we met. The only thing that ever changed about myself to make him like me more was lying about Chinese food. She goes, I hate Chinese food, for real. She goes, although my friendship with his younger brother was built upon ill intentions, my friendship between his brother and I now are of, genuine friendships that I have now with him. She goes, he cried and told me that he does not want to divorce at all, but he does want us to have some time apart so he could absorb the truth that I gave him. He also said that he expects me to tell his brother and mum this Friday because they deserve to know the truth just as much as he did. I told him okay, and we drove the rest of the ride home in silence. When we got home, he hugged me and cried for like 5 minutes before he got out of the car and packed his stuff and said that he'll be staying at a nearby hotel for now. He said that he knows that he still loves me but does not know how to react to the fact that the beginning of our relationship was very, very orchestrated. To sum it all up, I guess telling him was a success. I honestly don't know. He sent me a good night and I love you text last night while he was at the hotel, so I guess he is mad about me. And she goes, I guess that he's not as much mad as he may be betrayed.
Can I just say, I think he said that just so he has a smooth exit whilst he's going as far as possible.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think? He sounds damn bad.
That man loves
No,
her.
he's leaving.
No, I don't
Do
think
they?
so.
She
I
wants
think
him to leave.
No, honestly, a person that would manipulate their whole life for you, you wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm leaving right now.
True.
You
No,
would
but
say,
she's
hey, I'm going to a
sad.
hotel. I love
Oh my god,
you.
it gets worse, guys.
What?
Wallahi, it gets
Does
worse.
it? Okay.
There's more.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
Guys, this story's got so many twists
Oh
and
my
turns.
god.
She goes, I woke up this morning to find out that hubby not only lied about going to the hotel to stay,
Wallahi, I did not know about this.
but also lied about not wanting a divorce through a text message.
Oh my god. Wow, Yasmin.
My intuition.
Wow.
Did you read this,
Wallahi, I
Yasmin?
didn't. I
Okay.
heard the first bit, but I didn't hear the
She goes,
follow-up.
he went to his family's home, not an effing hotel, told them the entire story himself, probably exaggerated it to make me look crazy. His whole family wants nothing to do with me too, claims I'm a psycho. He said that he lied about going to the hotel because he knew if he told me the truth, I would try and stop him. Honestly, I feel so betrayed. I tried to be a good wife by showing him the true me, and this is what he does. I did all of this work just for it to end up like this. Honestly, I kind of deserve it.
Oh my gosh, she's scary.
I didn't even tell him in the first place because I felt bad. I told him because I had a suspicion that he was catching on to the fact that I knew him for 2.5 years before he knew me. Largely because I found out he was keeping my old phone in his work desk.
It just goes, she's just admitting she doesn't have like a conscience, so she didn't do it out of her own free will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that doesn't
And
make
she's
it
also
sound any
admitting that she
better.
didn't do it out of like just the kindness of her
Yeah,
soul.
exactly.
That she needs to break free from the guilt
Oh
of
my
this
God.
lie.
She's crazy. She was like, she ended it with saying, so I guess he never truly loved me if he can't even get past an honest confession like this one. I might update this in a few years when I find a new husband.
Please don't find a new husband, please.
Don't do it.
Guys, be careful. She's
This-
on the loose.
Wallahi, she's on the loose. This
probably
woman is
scheming.
giving psycho.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't tell her he was leaving.
No, like to me, you're right. Like he literally
Yeah.
thought, this woman's gonna kill me. Let me get out safely.
Because if she's going to that depth, like to meet him, obviously he can't just say I'm leaving. Like I rate him for that, but scary.
Guys, I've got bills to pay. I don't have time to orchestrate shit like this. I'll be honest. Wallahi.
No, she's great.
It's giving
oh my
fun.
gosh,
She's
100%.
fun.
And also to add, like on her last message, it seems like she still thinks she's right. Like, hey, I admitted
She
it.
said,
Like,
"My
why
honest
doesn't he love me
confession."
still? Yeah,
Babe, you've
like
been
you should
dishonest
still
from the
love me.
start.
Why would he love you?
But also, did you see how her tone changed completely when she found out
revealed
he's
herself.
divorcing? Yep.
The mask fell off.
The mask fell off.
Literally.
Guys, that woman would have tortured him.
1,000%.
Kidnapped and tortured him.
But
But
It
the
is
quick,
giving
the
love.
quick escape maybe tells me that maybe he's seeing like crazy tendencies in her while they were married.
Maybe she's like let
Potentially.
slip accidentally and played it off. Like, oh, it's like when you in this year, do you know when people reference social media posts? It's like, oh my God, it's like when he was with your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guys, can we be honest? Guys, let's be honest. Okay, honesty time now. Okay, girls? Okay, are we all looking? Are we all listening? Okay, when we're talking to, respective, men, okay,
Suitors.
suitors,
yes. Courting.
when we're courting,
Only courting.
in a halal way,
In a halal
okay,
way. Yep.
we do a lot of stalking.
Of course you would.
1,000%.
Right.